Hello everyone. In this video we're going to be taking a look at an article from the Columbia Journalism Review. Now this is written by Matthew Ingram and it was published on December 14th. And what gets me about this is they're actually trying to make an argument that an Australian judge should have the ability to dictate what the press does in another fucking country and can tell them that they can't talk about something. And to me, this judge, I will talk about this shit and the judge can go fuck himself. If he wants to extradite me for exercising my constitutionally guaranteed fucking rights in the United States, he can suck a dick. And I'm dead serious about that one. Who the fuck does this judge think he is? That he believes he has the ability to dictate outside Australia. He can get bent. He can go fuck himself. He can seriously sit and fucking spin. As you can tell, when I read this, it kind of pissed me off a little bit. Excuse me. Australian sexual abuse case raises questions about gag orders. There should be no question about it. They only apply within the country they're fucking issued. Fuck off. If a judge in a different country issues an order preventing the media from discussing a trial, do media outlets in the U.S. have a duty to abide by that order? No, they don't have a duty to abide by that order. They have no duty whatsoever. Their first and foremost duty is to report like newsworthy information. It's a separate fucking country. They have no duty to abide by a court order from a foreign fucking country at all. Or is there a large duty to keep the public informed? Yes, there's a large duty to keep the public informed, besides the fact that they're not bound by Australian law. Holy shit. This isn't a hypothetical example. An Australian court just found Cardinal George Pell, at one time the number 3 official in the Vatican and former Archbishop of Sydney, guilty of sexual abuse of 2 choir boys in the 1990s. Yeah, he's a vile, disgusting fucking scumbag who molested children. This is newsworthy information. It should be public. I don't see a problem. But news outlets in that country couldn't report the conviction because of what is known as a suppression order, which bans any mention of Pell's name or the details of the case. The Melbourne... Well, wait a minute. Why? The only reason why you'd want to suppress something like that is to keep it quiet. Oh, what, the Catholic Church bribed the fucking judge or some shit, maybe? That makes absolutely no fucking sense. Holy shit, how does it make any sense to the only reason why you would do that is to protect the fucking convicted fucking child molester, the fucking pedophile. Oh my god. The Melbourne Herald Sun ran a front page with the word censored in large type on the day after the conviction was handed down. And I bet you they were so happy to see that it was being reported on in the United States. You know, if Columbia Journalism Review wants to push this fucking shit, they seriously need to get fucking smacked upside the head if they believe this shit people there. And I'm not talking literally. I'm talking metaphorically. I'm talking... You know, as they would say, you know, Ralph and them these days, you know, with Ethan Ralph, in Minecraft, they deserve to be fucking backhanded across the fucking head. Pushing this shit. Matthew, you're a fucking moron, dude. Pushing this shit. In an unusual step, the judge's order also, theoretically at least, applies to non-Australian news outlets. Not theoretically. No, it does not apply theoretically. He cannot rule outside Australia. His rulings have no weight outside the fucking country. He can go fuck himself. All right? He thinks that he has too much that he has the power to do that. He does not have the power to dictate outside Australia. U.S. outlets can tell him to go fuck themselves, or he can go fuck himself. I mean, a transcript of a discussion between the judge and another court official even shows the judge mentioning the possibility of extradition for anyone who breaches the order. Well, dude, I'm talking about it. I'm breaching your order. Come and find me, motherfucker. Try and extradite me. You can go fuck yourself. Come and find me, motherfucker. Okay? They're gonna laugh at you if you tried to extradite me. They would fucking laugh at you. The U.S. fucking government would go, dude, go fuck yourself. Okay? Because you don't have the authority or order, or power, I mean, to order someone outside Australia that they can't talk about this. I'm talking about it right now. Fuck you. Come after me, motherfucker. Seriously. I dare you. I would enjoy a fucking vacation to Australia if you can fucking get me. But you're not going to be able to, motherfucker. Fuck off. I mean, seriously, everyone should be talking about this, telling this judge to go fuck himself. Who's he going to extradite everyone on the internet? Fuck him. He seriously thinks he has the power to tell me I can't talk about this in a free fucking country that he has no jurisdiction in? Ha 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 ha. Yeah, right. Possibility of extradition. He has no power to do it. Any country he goes and says, well, I don't like what you're saying, I want him extradited, they're going to go, fuck you. The only one who might not would probably be Canada with fucking Justin Cuck Trudeau at the fucking helm. Maybe the UK. I mean, look at, they fucking get Tommy Robinson on bullshit fucking charges when he's legally talking about something. Because they didn't like what he was saying. As a result, international media organizations, including Reuters, Associated Press, and the New York Times, have avoided writing about the conviction out of concern that their reporters in Australia could be charged with contempt of court. See update below. Yeah, slight problem, though. You have someone who isn't in Australia write about it, and those people can't be touched. You fucking cucking bitches. The Washington Post, however, ran both a news story on the conviction and a column by media writer Margaret Sullivan, one of the only mainstream publications to do so. It should be noted that the Daily Beast was the first to report the news, and the Post piece was followed by stories at NPR, Slate, the Daily Mail, and several Catholic news sites. Yeah, what is the fucking judge gonna, go after all of them? Fuck him. Seriously. I mean, this is some fucked up shit. After the Post stories were published, executive editor Marty Barron released a statement which read in part, "This story is a matter of major news significance involving an individual of global prominence. A fundamental principle of the Washington Post is to report the news truthfully." Yeah, when it's convenient, which we did. While we always consider guidelines given by courts and governments, we must ultimately use our judgment and exercise our right to publish such consequential news. Freedom of the press in the world will cease to exist if a judge in one country is allowed to bar publication of information anywhere in the world. Well, you think? That's just him trying to end run the First Amendment in the United States. He tries to extradite someone, from the United States when there's the First Amendment. He's literally going to get told, go fuck yourself. What they did was legal in the United States, but it's not in Australia because of my court order. Yeah? Well, they're not in Australia. Now, if they ever go there, you might be able to fucking pick them up on contempt of court, but other than that, go fuck yourself. After her column was published, Sullivan got some blowback from Kate Doak, a journalist in Australia who said she has been working on the Pell case and similar Catholic Church-related sexual abuse cases for a number of years. Doak suggested that it was irresponsible for the Post to break the judge's gag order because doing so could jeopardize future cases against Pell that are still in the works. Bullshit it would. Bullshit, 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 bullshit. This has no bearing on any other cases. None whatsoever. Okay, this was the case at hand. This is complete bullshit. This is the fact that this bitch, Doak, didn't like the fact that she got poached because she had a gag order against her. That's the only way I'm seeing that. And to try to claim, it'll jeopardize future cases is complete horse shit. How is reporting on one case that he's been convicted of going to affect future cases? It won't. It's not going to change the evidence against him. It's not going to change who the witnesses are against him. It's not going to change his victims. So how the fuck is it going to change that shit? Oh, that's right, it won't. The judge's order was designed as most similar gag orders in Australia, Britain, and Canada are, to limit the amount of information potential jurors might have about a case, so as to avoid poisoning the jury, resulting in a potential mistrial. Yeah, because you see, they don't understand that people could actually make up their own minds and actually be, able to disassociate that other information and the previous conviction and work off of what they have in front of them. This wasn't about this whole potential jurors bullshit. That's a complete crock. That's a cover-up. This was about keeping it quiet to save face for the fucking Catholic Church for whatever reason. And this is coming from a lapsed Catholic, a baptized fucking Catholic. I can even see that shit. Holy sweet Jesus. Well, look at this feminazi bitch here. I mean, Kate Doak. I mean, she's definitely a fucking, leftist feminazi with that haircut and the glasses and everything else. I mean, look at her. I'm trying to be purposefully blunt. Are you and your colleagues at the Washington Post purposefully? You used it twice. Purposefully trying to cause a mistrial with the stunt that you pulled in the Melbourne case. There's still a lot more cases going to trial, and this is putting a lot of them at risk. How is it putting them at risk? It's a completely different case. It doesn't contaminate the jury on the other ones. See, that's one thing that the Founding Fathers understood. You got to report on this shit and then expect people to be able to have that common sense to go, well, I'm here, it's a different situation, and actually try to be impartial. See, you think people are too fucking stupid for that. In comments to CJR about the case, Sullivan, who stressed that she was speaking only for herself, said, "As journalists, our job is to tell the truth, not to keep newsworthy events hidden to achieve a particular outcome that may or not come to pass." Yeah, I agree with that. There to report the news. That's it. Not try to help shift the direction of events by withholding it, or try to achieve a particular outcome. Well, Sullivan said there are clear times when a media outlet might refrain from publishing certain material because it could put lives at risk. In reporting on hostage negotiations, for example, the conviction of a senior Vatican official for sex abuse of children falls far outside those limits. No shit. That's something that needs to be out there, because the Catholic Church has been covering that shit up for fucking decades upon decades upon decades. Maybe if the shit gets put out to the light of day, you're going to see less kid diddlers in the fucking Catholic Church. Use your fucking heads, you dumb fucks. The only reason why, it isn't about, not contaminating the jury. The only reason why in this case that was rolled out was to try to help fucking save face for the Catholic Church by keeping shit quiet. It's the only thing it could have been. In addition, the Post columnist said that it is absurd to think word of trial and conviction would get out via social media regardless of a gag order, and so better that it be reported accurately and professionally than rely on the word of mouth innuendo or hearsay. It's better us than the average person? Fuck you. The average person can be reporting shit accurately. Oh my God, give me a break. Doak isn't the only one who thinks the Post might have made a mistake in publishing news of the conviction, however. Raju Narasetti, the former CEO of Gizmodo Media Group. Oh, fuck you, Gizmodo. No, fuck you. Fucking leftist Gizmodo. Fuck you. And now a journalism professor at Columbia University. Oh, God. And the director of the Night Bag Hut Fellowship Program said on Twitter that if a court in a democratic country comes to a decision about something like a gag order in a crucial sex abuse case, even an international media outlet should abide by that decision. Dude, fuck you. Seriously. Fuck you. It's news. It's supposed to be reported on. You're a journalism fucking professor. Now, and you seriously are... oh, wow. They should bow down to the fucking judges. The press should bow down to the fucking... to courts and to judges and to shit like that. Dude, fuck you. Seriously, because that's what you're saying. Get bent. I don't think the news company should pick and choose which law of the land they will adhere to, especially in democratic societies with established laws, he said. Oh, wait a minute. So they shouldn't follow the laws of their own fucking country? So what you're saying is that journalists in the U.S. should follow the very restrictive laws of nations outside of the United States that do not have a clearly defined inalienable free speech. Fuck you. Dude. Seriously, you are a fucking moron. Reporters in the U.S., they should bow down to the judges in other fucking countries, even though they're not breaking U.S. law. Dude, fuck you. Seriously. That is like the stupidest shit I have heard as of late. To me, the law of the land argument resonates in a more compelling way than the argument about holding back for future broader justice. The law of the land. Okay, the law of the land is the land that you're in, asshole. So, okay, I have the First Amendment. Fuck you. Get bent. Go to hell. Sit and spin. See you later. Shut the fuck up. We don't care what you have to say because you're saying that the U.S., that reporters in the U.S. should bow down to an Australian judge. Fuck you. Seriously. This guy, yeah, because what he thinks will happen, okay, is if they start bowing down like that, then they can use foreign courts to silence the press in the United States. That's the intent of this, is that they can keep shit quiet in the, you know, and not allow it to get out there if reporters in a foreign country start following shit. So if, like, the UK, there's a similar setup with a gag order. All right. Heaven forbid people in the UK go searching for news and then they can find out something from the United States. This is about controlling information. This is about who controls who disseminates the information. That's what it is. Let's be honest here. I mean, it's so fucked up. The question of whether U.S. media should abide by a court decision in another country is a complex one. No, it's not. It's not complex. It's really fucking simple. They have no jurisdiction in the United States, so they can go fuck themselves. But from a practical point of view, gag orders like the one an Australian court issued, not to mention the super injunction used by courts in the UK, where even mentioning the existence of a gag order is forbidden, seemed doomed even if newspapers like the Post agree to them, since the news can be distributed instantly via Twitter or Facebook or WhatsApp. Yeah, exactly. See, this was about controlling the flow of information. This was never about avoiding jury pool contamination. That was just the cover for it. This was literally about censorship. Plain and simple. Because the people don't have their own agency and can't decide to be objective. And from there, you know, not what they might have seen, you know, on another case or whatever regarding this person, set that aside. A transcript from the Australian case shows the judge is concerned that Wikipedia reported the conviction and is also concerned about Twitter. In a similar case in New Zealand, the government criticized Google for not abiding by a gag order on a case involving the killing of a British backpacker. American company. Fuck you. See, this is what gets me is these foreign fucking countries think that they can dictate. And Google wanting to censor fucking anyone right of their ideology will abide when they want to. But when they don't want to, they go, fuck you. It's kind of funny, too, because they're like, oh, well, you'll silence these people. Yeah, well, we're not going to silence this. Fuck you. But you did this for us. No, we did it for ourselves. But you didn't know. We did it for ourselves. I mean, they don't understand that Google's in it for themselves. And they think they'll just bow down and fucking work with them on this shit. The search giant used the accused killer's name in a trending topics email that was sent to some users, and the New Zealand Justice Minister demanded that Google change its algorithm so that the information in such cases would not be visible inside New Zealand. Oops. It's an American company. If you don't like that, block Google. They're not bound by New Zealand law. If you don't like that, like I said, block them. Fuck them. Oh, wait, if you did that, then you piss off a lot of people in Kiwi land. Wouldn't you? Oh, that's right, you would. Apart from the legal issues, these kinds of gag orders raise a larger question. Does it make any sense to try to keep people in the dark about a legal rule simply because they might one day be asked to serve as a juror in a related case? No. Like I said, in the United States, we figured out that people can actually have their own agency and choose to be impartial when necessary. And choose not to have other shit that they've seen regarding a person affect their judgment. Can we assume that? Because, I mean, how fucking vile, disgusting people in our court system that have done shit that was vile and disgusting and illegal prior have been found not guilty because they didn't commit the crime in their recent, their more recent arrest, or however you want to look at it. Can't we assume that reasonable human beings would be able to put aside news reports in order to come to a conclusion about someone's guilt or innocence? Yeah, they should be able to. And if we can't, then why don't all court cases include gag orders? Because the only reason why this one did is because it was to keep the shit quiet with, in regards to the Catholic Church. That's what that was about. Oh, we can't sully the kid diddling Catholic Church. Yeah, how's it working out having a fucking Jesuit illegally, head of the fucking Catholic Church? Ain't working out too well because, Jesuits aren't supposed to be Pope. It's against Catholic law, but yet somehow he is. And there's, he's still pulling the same shit the previous popes have pulled about. Let's keep this quiet, hush, hush. Can you do us a favor and do a gag order? Fucking A. So this is the update. The New York Times sent CJR a statement after this post was published, pointing out that a story about the Cardinal's conviction appeared in U.S. print editions of the newspaper on Friday. The statement quoted David McCraw, Vice President and Deputy General Counsel for the Times. The Times is covering the Pell story in the U.S. print editions. Yeah, because they're fucking bitching out on the web because, the judge might get upset. On advance of our local counsel, we are abiding by the court's suppression order in Australia because of the presence of our bureau there. You wouldn't be your reporters wouldn't be legally liable. Well, fuck you. You're bowing down, you fucking cucks. It is deeply disappointing that we are unable to present this important story to our readers in Australia and elsewhere. No, you could, but you see, you're just being cucking bitches because you don't want to stand up to the judge. Fucking half-ass. They deserve to know the truth about a public figure of global influence. Then tell them. There's no legal repercussions against you. If the reporter's in the United States, there's nothing the judge can do. Press coverage of judicial proceedings is a fundamental safeguard of justice and fairness. A free society is never well served by a silenced press. Then why the fuck did you cuck to this shit? Explain that one. Please explain that one. Oh, that's right. You can't. I mean, you just look at this shit. I mean, if you could tell, this kind of like irked me a little bit. That an Australian judge thinks he has the authority to dictate what's going on. Well, Judge Fucknut, I know that ain't your name, but I'm going to call you Judge Fucknut. Because guess what? Dude, you are a fucknut. You can go fuck yourself. And if you think that you're going to extradite me for reporting on this shit, I will fucking go and find an article. And I will read that shit. Okay? And I will try to make sure that Australians read that shit. And if you want to try to extradite me, motherfucker, go right ahead. You're going to fail. Asshole. I mean, this shit is ridiculous. For an Australian judge to think that he can dictate what someone in the United States can and cannot say, what they can and cannot report on, you know, or in Canada or Mexico or, you know, the UK or Russia or any place in the world that isn't Australia. I mean, for a judge to think that he can do that is vile and disgusting. And for these people saying, well, you should be able to do it, they're vile and disgusting. The Gizmodo shit bitch, he should be seriously told where the fuck to get off on that. I mean, this is ridiculous. Anyway, as you can tell, I think this is a complete crock of shit. I've covered it well enough. I've put my 2 cents in. I'm just going to leave things here. If you liked this video, depending on where you are watching it, please give it an upvote or thumbs up. If you want to know when new content of mine hits the internet, don't forget to subscribe to one or more of my social media or video accounts listed here. Also, with YouTube, don't forget to ring that bell. You can find all of my video content on both BitChute and YouTube. This may not be the case with other places I upload to, but I will try to minimize this happening. You are always welcome to interact with me at any of these sites on the list, so feel free to do so. If you have anything you want me to cover in a video, when it comes to news or current events, send it right along to me. I will try to do my best to cover it. As always, thank you for watching.